Yeah. Got me what you got. I don't wanna be red. I've been at it down. Hold me out you would say. I don't wanna be.
Hey everybody, today I'm going over 5 essential plugins to your mix. These take your vocals from lifeless, flats, and amateur to professional, full of life vocals that sound like they were recorded in a $1 million studio. So whether you're singing R&B, pop, rap, anything that is using your voice, these plugins will add life. So get right into it. Starting off, we have TDR Nova. Tokyo Dawn Records created this equalizer. And as you see, the band you're all familiar with. You've got the threshold decibels. So I'm turn on the high pass, low pass. You can see the bandwidth there. Say I want to take out 100 to 200. Use this frequency knob right here. I can also just move it around. I want to get the muddiness out. The Q or bandwidth, I can tighten it up, and that is going to make it to where I'm just being surgical and taking out certain frequencies to get rid of bad sounds. Now, what makes this better and what makes it dynamic is the threshold here. So this threshold, you see that blue line. Say I cut out some frequencies here, pull that blue line down. So what a normal EQ will do is cut everything out at this frequency. And what the dynamic EQ will do is it will read good vocals and bad vocals, kind of robotic sounding things you get from a normal parametric EQ, you don't get here. So when the vocals reach this blue line, you see the attack and release here. So if you're familiar with compressors, that is going to be a compression in your EQ. So once the vocal reaches these bad frequencies and start sounding a little muddy, it'll attack and compress to get it under that width, and then as soon as it's done, it'll let it go. So this takes it from everything being robotic, it's going to be right here, to fully understanding music and that there are good sounds at this frequency. Next up, we're going to do DC183. This is a compressor by Klanghelm. Very simple. Input is the compression. So you want to take your mix down 3 to 6 decibels. This is going to squish the vocals, make them sound a little more compact. And then the output is what you get back in volume. So when you compress, the volume usually goes down, and with the output you can adjust that, make it go right back. And you have these buttons down here. Deep is going to put in a little more body. Negative is going to push that high end up. And then the relax setting here, my favorite, this is going to give you a more relaxed compression, keep it from sounding too squished, kind of more like an R&B vibe. Next up, I have Wider by Polyverse. This is probably one of the simplest VSTs I have seen in quite some time, and what's awesome is it works amazing for its simplicity. So down here, to control your wideness and make it not sound too crazy, you have a low bypass, but right here, this is the magic. So you can see I'm dragging it out. All this is stereo wideness. So it is taking a flat vocal like you hear from me right now, coming right at you head on, and it is pushing it into the right and left. So you're going to get a little more width, feel like it's a stereo type of thing. So for this one, obviously, main vocals, keep it under 30%. Anything from 10 to 25% to just add a little bit is for the best. And then from 30 to 70 on background vocals is going to give it that full, reverb, beautiful. You hear it coming left and right. Sounds like you've got a choir around you feeling. For this plugin, the wider, I like to use a send chain. So if you don't know what that is, basically you get in your mixer here, you're doing all your vocal plugins, put in auto tune, equalizers, compressors, saturators, everything there. And then for my reverb, my delay, and then my wideners, doublers, modulators, anything that's taking a true vocal that you've surgically compressed, equalized, made a perfect vocal, and adding the effects to it, I just would put the reverb into this chain or the widener and then click right back to that original chain, and that way it's going to go through all of these plugins first. So the chain, it would start for this one, obviously these are just thrown out, but it would go through the Nova, through the DC-183, wider. It goes in order, and then after all of those plugins, it would go through the next one. And this is going to stop the wider from messing with all of your other plugins, stuff like that. Alright, now just like the wider and how I would put that in a sub bus, this Valhalla space modulator, I would also put that in a bus. It is definitely going to have a large effect on your vocals. This is one of my favorites. It's got a bunch of fantastic presets. I would just look at them, do everything, try everything out on your vocals. It's got reverbs, pitch corrections, chorus, doubler, flangers. So it acts as a modulator, flangers, doublers, choruses, meaning what this does is it takes your vocal, it doubles it, and then puts it off by a, under 2 milliseconds, usually a fraction of a millisecond, and swings it up, down, left, right. So it is a fantastic plugin for removing that flatness, getting a little more body and life into your mixes, especially when it comes to R&B, rap, Brent Faiyaz, Travis Scott, anything with ambiance. This is going to be the ambiance plugin. Next up, grand finale, Fresh Air. Another pretty simple plugin. It's got 2 knobs, mid-air, high air, and it's also got this chain, so they go together. But so what mid-air is going to do is preserve the punch of your vocals. So you've equalized it, you've compressed it. Fresh Air is a saturator. So you can see there it says add high mid presence. That's exactly what it's going to do. So the kind of higher mid vocals, especially the ones that are just under the thresholds you've put in your compressors and equalizers that are kind of getting smushed a little bit, is going to bring that punch back. So it's going to have those vocals sit in the ear perfectly. And then going over to the high air, that is going to be the freshness. Now what you hear in, like I just said, Brent Faiyaz, Bryson Tiller, people that are doing these R&B tracks, is they have this sparkle, this freshness in your ears as they hit the high vocals that just sounds super clean, and that is what the high air is going to add for you. Let me know if there are any other free plugins you would like to see, and if you'd like me to actually use these plugins in a chain with everything else I use and show how much they really affect everything you do.
I don't wanna be red. I've been at it down. Hold me out your roots, I don't wanna be used. I don't wanna be